Today's lesson is called Money, Money, Money. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
I am Roger. Today we're going to talk about money, money, money. Boy, none of us have enough of it. The more we get, the more that we want. So money, of course, is very important in our lives. We couldn't live without it. And, of course, we've got lots of phrases to express money in our language, especially in English, which we're going to try to teach you today.
Yes, in America and in England, there are a number of rock songs about money, but we won't be talking about these. But, yes, they're very good songs. Songs like, money, 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 money. Money.
Yeah, that's one,
It's a song celebrating money. There's also a song from a group in England called Pink Floyd called Money. I won't sing that one for you guys, but look it up. It's a fantastic song.
I'm all right, Jack. Get your hands off my stack.
That's the Pink Floyd version of the song Money. But yes, these songs either celebrate money or criticize money, but one thing's for sure, money is an important part of everyone's life. Like it or hate it, it doesn't matter. You are going to have to make money and spend money and save money your entire lives. Anyways, yes, there are songs in English about money, but also money idioms having to do with money. And over the course of our 2-day lesson, we'll be learning all about some of these money-related idioms. Anyways, folks, with that, let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a short break, but when we come back, we'll start reading from our article called Money, Money, Money.
Money, money, money. Money can't buy you love, as the lyrics to one famous song go, but it can buy you tons of other things. Money is such an important part of our society that it appears in many idioms expressing a range of ideas. While the meanings of some are easy to guess, others are tricky.
大家好，第一部分我们看到单字 lyric， 这个字是名词，指歌词。例如 I really love this song, but I find it hard to understand the lyrics. 我非常喜欢这首歌，但我发现它的歌词有些难懂。另外，在 lyric 字尾加上 al， 可以成为它的形容词 lyrical， 指抒情的。我们可以说 Oliver likes to write lyrical songs to the woman that he loves. Oliver 喜欢为他心爱的女人写抒情歌。再来，我们看到一个名词 ton， 是重量单位，指吨。像是 We saw a whale that weighed at least 60 tons. 我们看到一只鲸鱼至少重60吨。另外，补充相关片语可以用 tons of 加名词来表示许多点点点，大量点点点。我们可以说 Judy took tons of pictures when she was traveling through Spain. Judy 在西班牙各地旅行时拍了许多照片。
Okay, so money, money, money. Money is what we want. No money, no honey, boys. Remember that. You got to have the cash. And so, of course, we're talking about money in today's program. But, of course, there are other ways to talk about money in the English language, which we're going to talk about today. So, money can't buy you love, as the lyrics to one famous song go, but it can buy you tons of other things.
And there's a money-related song from another English rock band. Earlier, we talked about Pink Floyd. Some of you might not have heard of Pink Floyd, but the English band who sang this song about money, chances are you have heard of them. I believe this song was sung by the Beatles. The Beatles, the Fab Four. Yes, money can't buy me love.
Yeah, money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so. You probably heard that song, but it's quite old, but that is a song. And if you talk about the words to a song, they're often referred to as the lyrics. It's very nice nowadays with the internet. A long time ago when I heard music on the radio, boy, I just couldn't understand what they were saying. They were singing too fast. And nowadays, of course, you can look for the lyrics online, and there you go. There are the words to the song. And so these are the lyrics to that song by the Beatles. But that's how they go. Oftentimes we use the word go to talk about the way to describe a song. How is it sung? What are the words? How does it go? Yeah, how does that song go? You know, it goes like this. Can't buy me love. That's how it goes.
Oh, yeah, I can't really remember it. How does that song go again? And yes, someone would help you out, help you to sing it, help you with the words, so on and so forth. Anyways, money can't buy you love. That's how that particular song goes. But yes, money. It can buy you tons of other things. And here we're not being literal. If you're talking about a ton of stuff, you're talking about a great amount or a big amount of that stuff. If you have a ton of something, you have a great deal of that thing. Like I've got a friend, Mike. He has a lot of records. He's a big music fan. Mike has a ton of records.
He certainly does. It would take him his whole life to listen to them. But money is such an important part of our society that it appears in many idioms expressing a range of ideas. So we've got lots of words for money. Money, cash, dough, bread, plata, etc., etc. Those are different kinds of words for money. But also if you use 2 or 3 more words in a phrase, well, then that is an idiom. And there, of course, are lots of idioms that express a range of ideas concerning money. So a range of, just lots of different ideas.
Anyways, let's talk more about some of these money idioms. While the meanings of some are easy to guess, others are tricky. And by the way, if something is tricky, it's hard to understand. Like riddles very often are tricky. You might never be able to solve certain riddles your entire life. It might take you forever, or you might never get to the bottom of them at all because, yes, very often, riddles are very tricky.
Yep, there are lots of tricky riddles that people tell people during Yuanxiao Festival. That is a tradition, of course, in Taiwan and China. So here we're going to talk some more about some of these idioms that are sometimes easy to guess the meaning of, while others are kind of difficult, kind of tricky. So let's move on now and talk about some of those idioms in the next part of our lesson.
If something is extremely expensive, you could say that it costs an arm and a leg. I don't know about you, but I would not cut off even one limb to pay for the latest top-of-the-line cell phone. How about the opposite? How can we describe something that is surprisingly cheap? Well, you could say it's going for a song. In the past, people would sell written songs very cheaply at fairs, and so the phrase became popular over time.
第二部分我们看到单字 extremely 这个字是副词，指极度的，非常。举例来说 Although the movie was extremely long, it was still fun to watch. 虽然这部电影非常长，但还是很好看。另外，去除 extremely 字尾的 ly 可以成为它的形容词 extreme 指极端的，极度的。我们可以说 Extreme weather conditions prevented the flight from leaving on time. 极端的天气状况使得该班机无法准时出发。接着我们看到一个片语 cut off 表示从主要部分切掉切除一个小部分，用法为 cut 加名词或代名词加 off 或是 cut off 加名词。例如I cut off the dead branches on the tree growing in my front yard. 我砍断前院树上的枯树枝。又或者说 Mark cut the top of the carrot off. Mark 把红萝卜的蒂头切掉。再来，我们看到一个单字 opposite. 这个字在课文中当名词，指相反或对立的人事物。举例来说 Brenda likes to go to bed early, while her sister Lori is the opposite. Brenda 喜欢早点上床睡觉，而她姐姐 Lori 正好相反。另外，这个字除了上面的用法，还可以做形容词，指相反的，完全不同的。 可以说 The elevator is at the opposite end of this hallway. 电梯在这条走廊另一侧底端。
Okay, let's talk about money idiom number 1. Okay, I remember growing up that my grandfather liked using this saying, this idiom, quite a lot. He'd say, that? I'm not buying that. That costs an arm and a leg. In fact, I remember during a family reunion one time, he bought lobster for everyone. And we were a big family. And he said, everyone, you better eat all of that lobster. It cost me an arm and a leg. Yes, that meant that he spent a whole lot of money on this lobster feast. Anyways, yes, if something is extremely expensive, you could say that it costs an arm and a leg. Yes, if something is extremely or very expensive, you can use this particular idiom. Anyways, here we have the adverb extremely to talk about. If something is extremely expensive, it is very expensive. Here the idea is, though, is that the word extremely is stronger than the word very. So let's say a car, like a BMW, is very expensive. On the other hand, a Bentley or a Rolls-Royce might be extremely expensive. Only the richest people on earth might be able to afford these extremely expensive cars.
Exactly. So you could say that it cost you an arm and a leg. Gee, Mr. Lee, I like your new BMW. Yes, it is a nice car. It cost me an arm and a leg. Of course, you still need to be quite modest about those sorts of things, even though you certainly want to show off. But in any case here, this is one way to say something is very expensive. Another phrase you might use to describe something that is very expensive would be, it cost a pretty penny. Ooh, that new bicycle you have must have cost a pretty penny. It must have cost you a lot of money. As a matter of fact, it did. It cost me 300,000 NT dollars. Boy, am I special.
Wow. Anyways, this idiom is not literal. No one's going to be cutting off limbs in order to buy anything. Or at least I hope they won't. Anyways, our author says, I don't know about you, but I would not cut off even one limb to pay for the latest top-of-the-line cell phone. And yes, I agree with this. I am not going to be cutting off parts of my body or my limbs to buy anything. Anyways, here, what does it mean to cut something off or to cut off something? That just means you sever something from your body. Ooh, yes, to cut something off is to sever that thing or to detach that thing from your body, let's say, by way of cutting. So before I was a single person with 4 limbs, 2 arms and 2 legs, but then I cut off an arm and a leg and I guess I bought a car or something, but now I only have 1 arm and 1 leg because I cut the other limbs off. Ooh, how gruesome.
Sounds disgusting, but in any case, I guess things are so expensive that you might actually have to do that. Might have to offer your arm or your leg to pay for something. But yes, lots of people want to have the latest top-of-the-line products like a smartphone or cell phone. And so that's one way to describe something being very expensive. Well, how about the opposite? The opposite, the other side of this. What's the opposite of black? It's white. High, low, fat, thin. Those are opposites. So what about the opposite? Cheap. How can we describe something that is surprisingly cheap? Not just inexpensive, but really cheap, dirt cheap.
There you go. So how can you describe something that is very cheap? Well, you could say that it's going for a song. Yes, we're giving this stuff away. It's going for a song. Now, where does this particular idiom come from? Well, in the past, people would sell written songs very cheaply at fairs. And so the phrase became popular over time. You could buy a song very cheaply at a fair. So you could say, yes, it's really cheap. It's going for a song because, yes, songs are cheap.
Did you pay a lot for that? No, it was quite cheap. I got it for a song, you could say. Okay, let's move on now to the next part of our lesson. Let's find out some more idioms about money.
Money doesn't grow on trees, your parents might say, if you ask them to buy you something that costs a fortune, maybe that latest cell phone model. While it would be nice if money did grow on trees, this idiom means it takes a lot of work to earn money, and therefore, we should be more careful about spending it.
最后第三部分我们看到名词 fortune 用来指财富、财产，像是 The houses in this area of the city cost a fortune. 城里这一区的房子要价不菲。另外补充一个相关片语，可以用 make a fortune 加 VING 来表示做某事致富。我们可以说 Jamie made a fortune writing romance novels, and now she is sailing around the world. Jamie 写言情小说致富，她现在正环游世界。
Okay, the next money-related idiom, I'm pretty sure that all of us have heard it at one point or another. Here's the idiom, money doesn't grow on trees. Yes, your parents might say something like this to you if you are wasting money. They'll say, hey, I had to work hard for that money. Money doesn't grow on trees. I know that that's your allowance, but I had to give that to you. Don't waste that money because, yes, money doesn't grow on trees. Yes, money doesn't grow on trees. Your parents might say this if you ask them to buy you something that costs a fortune, maybe that latest cell phone model. So yes, you might be wasting money or you might be asking for a bit too much. Yeah, can you buy me that new cell phone? They'll say, are you kidding? That costs a fortune, and money doesn't grow on trees. By the way, the word fortune refers to a very big or vast sum of money. Yeah, a fortune is a super large amount of money. Like sometimes when people say, oh, that guy, he made a fortune. I.e., he made enough money that he can probably stop working for the rest of his life. That's what making a fortune is all about. You made enough money that money really isn't an issue for you anymore. Like I had an uncle, he got rich on Wall Street. He made a fortune trading bonds.
You can do that, I hear. If you're savvy and if you know how the market works, you can make a fortune. So at least you might say that to your kid if they're requesting something that's very expensive. Ooh, that's really expensive to buy that new laptop computer for 30,000 NT dollars. That's kind of expensive. It's going to cost a fortune. Money doesn't grow on trees, you know. Maybe you just better be satisfied with a piece of paper and a pencil for now. Okay, so while it would be nice if money did grow on trees, this idiom means it takes a lot of work to earn money. And therefore, we should be more careful about spending it. Yes, wouldn't it be nice if money really did grow on trees? But then, of course, money would be everywhere, and we'd need something else to strive for. Right now, the thing that most people want in life is that money. Money can buy happiness, or at least it makes happiness a lot easier to get if you have money.
Well, I don't know about that, but yes, money would make life a lot easier for a lot of people. People now who are struggling because they can't afford certain things, their lives would become easier if they had more money, but I don't know that in the long term that money would bring them happiness, okay? You still have to do the right things in order to be happy. Money is not the cure-all. Money is not a magic or silver bullet to make you instantly happy.
And while we're on the subject of money, I've often heard this mistake that people use. Even though we've got dollars and cents and things like that, it does sound like money can be counted, and it certainly can be counted, but strangely enough, the word money is non-countable. How much money do you make at your job? What's your monthly salary? But unfortunately, I've heard people say, like, how many monies is that going to cost? That's a common mistake I hear in Taiwan. Remember, money, even though we've got dollars and cents, money is non-count.
Yes,
how much money do you make?
That is correct. And sometimes there are these non-count nouns that you can add an S to. like food or cheese. You can say foods or cheeses, let's say, when you want to make it clear that there are a wide variety of different things that you're considering. Many different types of foods or many different types of cheeses, let's say. But I've never heard anyone say monies. Like if you do want to go to a bank and you want to exchange one currency for another, change from one money from one country to another, you wouldn't say, oh, what monies can I choose from? You'd say, which currencies can I choose from? So I've never heard monies at all, that form of that word. It just doesn't exist. Anyways, take one thing away from today's lesson. Yes, money doesn't grow on trees. You can't pull money off a tree the way that you can pull a leaf off of a tree. It just doesn't work that way. All right, everyone, with that, today's lesson is now in the books, and it's time for you guys to hear from the Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文一开始提到，金钱虽然没有办法让我们买到爱，可是可以买到很多其他东西。读到课文第二句， Money is such an important part of our society that it appears in many idioms expressing a range of ideas. 金钱是我们社会如此重要的一部分，以至于出现在许多表达各种想法的惯用语当中。好，那这边我们来学习一下 such 表示如此怎么样的用法。such 的后面接名词再接 that 子句，可以用来表达如此怎么样，以至于怎么样。好，那么当 such 的后面是接不可数名词或者是名词复数的时候，它的句型是 such 加上形容词加上不可数名词或者是复数可数名词再加 that 子句。那如果 such 后面是接单数名词的话，它的句型就是 such a 或是 an 加形容词加单数可数名词再加 that 子句。举例来说， It was such a funny video that we watched it again. 那个影片非常好笑，我们又再重看了一次。好，顺便补充一下，如果是要用 so 来表达如此怎么样， so 的后面是要接形容词或副词，它的句型是 so 加上形容词或副词加 that 子句。像刚刚的例句也可以改成 The video was so funny that we watched it again。 另外补充一下，如果是要强调数量多到造成某个结果，或是少到造成某个结果，这时候可以用以下的句型 so many或是 so few 加上复数可数名词再加 that 子句，或者是用 so much 或是 so little 加上不可数名词再加 that 子句。例如 We were having so much fun that we didn't want to leave the party. 我们在派对上玩得很开心，以至于不想离开了。好，另外要介绍的是分词片语。当我们把关系子句简化成名词加现在分词或过去分词，就会形成分词片语。好，该怎么做呢？简化第一个步骤是要先省略关系代名词，第二个步骤是把动词改分词。如果是主动或进行，就用现在分词；如果是被动，就用过去分词。像课文里面的句子里面这个 expressing a range of ideas， 它本来可以写作 which express a range of ideas。 那这个关系子句是要修饰它前面的先行词 idioms。 我们现在呢要把关系子句简化成分词片语，第一个步骤是省略关系代名词 which， 然后把主动动词 express 改成现在分词 expressing。好，于是它就会从关系子句 which express a range of ideas 变成分词片语 expressing a range of ideas。 好，我们来造一个例句。 Do you know the man who is wearing a blue suit? 你认识那一位穿着蓝色西装的男子吗？那句子里面的关系子句Who is wearing a blue suit 是用来形容前方的先行词 the man， 表示穿着蓝色西装的男子。好，那么关系子句我们可以把它简化成分词片语 wearing a blue suit， 就是以分词 wearing 开头，这样子就是一个分词片语。好，那么例句就会变成 Do you know the man wearing a blue suit? 好，那么以上是今天的重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
ton. Dylan has tons of homework that he needs to get done today. Idiom. Before a play begins, people often tell the actors to break a leg, an idiom that means good luck. Tricky. A few of the questions I was asked during my job interview were quite tricky to answer. Extremely. This plant, which is not native to the area, is extremely difficult to get rid of once it starts growing. Opposite. Jake's political views are the total opposite of Wendy's. Fortune. Judy must have spent a small fortune on that diamond necklace.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.